Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Friend English Podcast. I'm Ellie, and I'm very happy that you are here with us today.
And I'm Danny. Thank you so much for listening. Maybe you are relaxing at home, traveling to work, walking in the park, or enjoying a quiet moment with a cup of coffee. Wherever you are, we hope you can enjoy a calm conversation while improving your English little by little.
Today, we have a topic that is simple, practical, and important for everyday life. We are going to talk about positivity.
We will use clear and natural English that is perfect for A1 to B1 learners.
Remember, you do not need to understand every single word. Just relax, listen carefully, and enjoy the conversation. Every time you listen, your English becomes a little stronger.
Before we begin, we have a simple question for you.
Yes, think about this while you listen. What is one positive thing that happened to you this week?
Maybe it was something very small.
Maybe someone smiled at you.
Maybe you finished a difficult task.
Maybe you had a nice conversation with a friend or a family member.
Or maybe you simply enjoyed a beautiful sunset or a peaceful morning.
Positivity do not always have to be big. Sometimes the smallest moments become the most meaningful.
Today, we want to explore what positivity really means.
Many people think positivity means being happy all the time.
But real positivity is different from that.
Yes, it does not mean pretending that life is always easy.
Everyone has problems. Everyone feels tired, worried, or disappointed sometimes.
Positive people also have difficult days.
The difference is often how they choose to respond.
Instead of giving all their attention to the problem, they also look for possible solutions.
They try to notice the good things that still exist, even during difficult times.
That is why positivity is not about having a perfect life. It's about having a healthy way of thinking.
Ellie, when you hear the word positivity, what is the first thing that comes into your mind?
That's a good question. I think about gratitude.
Gratitude is a beautiful word.
Yes, gratitude means noticing the good things we already have instead of thinking only about what we do not have.
I think many people forget to do that.
I agree. Sometimes we become so busy that we stop noticing simple things.
Like having clean water, good health, or someone who cares about us.
Exactly. These things can become so normal that we forget how valuable they really are.
What about you? Do you practice gratitude every day?
I try to. Every evening I think about 3 good things that happened during the day.
That sounds like a simple habit.
It really is. Sometimes the good things are very small.
Can you give us an example?
Of course. Maybe I finished an important piece of work. Maybe I had a nice meal. Or maybe I saw a funny dog wearing a colorful sweater.
A dog wearing a sweater would definitely make my day better.
It is funny how little moments can change our mood.
I think many listeners have experienced something similar.
What about you, Danny? What does positivity mean to you?
For me, positivity means hope.
Hope is another wonderful word.
Hope means believing that tomorrow can be better than today.
Even if today is difficult?
Yes, hope does not promise that everything will be easy.
But it reminds us that difficult situations usually do not last forever.
Exactly. Problems change, people grow, new opportunities appear.
That way of thinking helps people continue moving forward.
It certainly helps me. Have you always been a positive person?
Not really.
Really? I thought you would say yes.
No. When I was younger, I worried about many things.
What kinds of things?
I worried about making mistakes. I worried about what other people thought about me. Sometimes I even worried about things that never happened.
I think many people can understand that feeling.
One day I realized that worrying did not solve my problems.
That is an important lesson.
Instead of asking, what if everything goes wrong, I started asking, what if everything goes well?
That is a very different question.
Yes, and it changed the way I looked at many situations.
I like that idea, because our minds often imagine negative possibilities first.
Exactly. Sometimes our imagination creates problems before real problems even exist.
Our brains are very creative.
Sometimes a little too creative.
That is true. Ellie, do you think positive people never complain?
No, I do not think so.
Why not?
Because complaining is a normal human reaction sometimes.
That makes sense.
The difference is that positive people usually do not stay in that negative feeling for a very long time.
They accept the problem.
Then they ask themselves what they can do next.
So positivity includes action.
Yes, it is not only about smiling.
It's also about making helpful choices.
For example, imagine it's raining on your day off.
Some people might say, "My whole day is ruined."
Another person might say, well, I can't change the weather, but maybe today is a good day to read a book or watch a movie.
The rain is exactly the same.
But the attitude is different.
And attitude is another useful English word.
Yes, attitude means the way you think and feel about something.
A positive attitude does not remove problems.
But it often makes problems easier to manage.
I think that's something we can all practice.
Another thing I notice is that positive people often encourage others.
They give kind words instead of only criticism.
If a friend makes a mistake, they say, it's okay, you can try again.
Those simple words can give someone confidence.
Sometimes one kind sentence can completely change another person's day.
That also reminds us that positivity is something we can share with other people.
Something I have noticed is that positivity becomes much easier when we pay attention to the people around us.
I agree. The people we spend time with can influence the way we think, speak, and even feel.
If you are always with people who complain about everything, it can slowly affect your own attitude.
But if you spend time with people who encourage you and look for solutions, you often begin to think in a similar way.
That does not mean your friends need to be cheerful every minute of the day.
Of course not. Everyone has difficult moments.
A good friend is not someone who never feels sad.
A good friend is someone who is honest, supportive, and kind, even during difficult times.
Danny, have you ever met someone who always seemed positive?
Yes, I have. I had a teacher who always greeted every student with a smile.
That sounds wonderful.
It really was. Even when the class made mistakes, the teacher stayed calm.
What did the teacher usually say?
Instead of saying, "That is wrong," the teacher would say, "Good try. Let's look at it together."
Those words sound much more encouraging.
Exactly. They made us feel comfortable asking questions.
That is a very important part of learning.
Yes, when people are afraid of making mistakes, they often stop trying.
That is especially true when learning English.
Many learners are worried about grammar or pronunciation.
They think, what if people laugh at me?
But making mistakes is completely normal.
Every person who speaks English well made thousands of mistakes while learning.
Even native speakers make mistakes sometimes.
That is true. Nobody speaks perfectly all the time.
So maybe one positive habit is being kinder to ourselves.
I like that idea very much.
Sometimes we speak to ourselves in a way that we would never speak to another person.
For example, after making one small mistake, some people immediately think, I am terrible at this.
That is a very heavy sentence.
Instead, they could say, I made one mistake and I learned something.
Those two thoughts create very different feelings.
Exactly. The situation is the same, but the way we describe it changes our mood.
Ellie, do you ever have negative thoughts?
Of course I do.
Really?
Yes, everyone does. Sometimes I start a project and think it is too difficult.
What do you do then?
I try to ask myself a simple question.
Which question?
I ask, what is one small thing I can do right now?
That sounds much less stressful than thinking about the whole project.
Exactly. Big problems often become easier when we divide them into small steps.
That reminds me of learning English.
How so?
Some learners say, I want to speak English fluently.
That is a wonderful goal.
But sometimes they become discouraged because the goal feels very far away.
So, what would you suggest?
Instead of thinking about fluency all the time, think about today's practice.
Maybe learn 5 new words.
Or listen to one short podcast.
Or practice speaking for 10 minutes.
Those are small actions, but they create real progress.
Positive thinking works best when we combine it with positive action.
That is an excellent point.
Just wishing for a better life is usually not enough.
We also need habits that support our goals.
Speaking of habits, do you have a morning routine?
Yes, I do, although it is very simple.
Tell us about it.
I wake up, drink a glass of water, open the window, and spend a few quiet minutes before checking my phone.
I like that you wait before looking at your phone.
It helps me start the day more peacefully.
I think many people check their phones almost immediately.
I used to do that too.
What changed?
I realized that my mood often depended on the first thing I saw.
That makes sense.
Sometimes there was stressful news, sometimes there were too many messages.
So you decided to create a calmer beginning to your day.
Exactly. Those first few minutes belong to me.
I really like that idea.
What about your mornings?
Mine are not always perfect,
Mine are not perfect either.
but I always try to do one positive thing before work begins.
What is it?
Sometimes I stretch for a few minutes.
That sounds relaxing.
Sometimes I read one page from a book.
Nice.
And sometimes I simply sit quietly with a cup of tea and enjoy the silence.
It sounds like you are giving yourself a peaceful start instead of rushing immediately.
Yes, because when I begin the day calmly, I often stay calmer during the rest of the day.
That shows another interesting idea.
Which one?
Positivity is often created before we even notice it.
What do you mean?
Small daily choices shape our emotions little by little.
Like getting enough sleep,
Or eating healthy food,
taking a short walk,
talking with a good friend,
spending a little time outside,
listening to music you enjoy.
reading something inspiring.
These activities may seem small on their own.
But together, they create a healthier mindset.
Another important part of positivity is accepting that not every day will feel amazing.
I completely agree.
Some mornings you wake up full of energy.
Other mornings you feel tired before the day even begins.
That is simply part of being human.
We do not need to feel happy every minute to live a positive life.
Sometimes positivity simply means saying, today is difficult, but I will still do my best.
I think that sentence is very powerful.
Me too.
It reminds us that progress is possible even on ordinary days.
And when we continue taking small positive actions, those ordinary days slowly become the foundation of a happier and more confident life.
We have talked about gratitude, hope, kind habits, and positive thinking. Now, let's look at something that many people experience. Sometimes it is hard to stay positive because life does not go as planned.
That is very true. Maybe you do not get the job you wanted. Maybe you fail an exam, or maybe you have a difficult week at work or school.
In those moments, it is easy to think that everything is going wrong.
But one difficult day does not mean you have a difficult life.
I really like that idea.
Sometimes we judge our whole future because of one bad experience.
That is something we should be careful about.
Instead of saying, everything is terrible, we can ask, what can I learn from this situation?
Learning from our experiences helps us become stronger.
And it also helps us become more confident.
Confidence grows when we solve problems, not when we avoid them.
Ellie, can you remember a time when something difficult taught you an important lesson?
Yes, I can.
What happened?
A few years ago, I started working on a project that seemed exciting at first.
Did everything go well?
Not at all. I made several mistakes, and some of my ideas simply did not work.
That must have been disappointing.
It was. For a few days, I felt discouraged.
What helped you continue?
I stopped thinking about being perfect.
That sounds like an important change.
Yes, instead of asking, why did I fail, I started asking, what can I improve next time?
That question focuses on growth instead of failure.
Exactly. Slowly, I improved my work, and I became much more confident.
That story reminds us that mistakes are often excellent teachers.
They certainly can be.
I have a similar story.
Really? Tell us about it.
When I first started speaking in front of large groups, I was very nervous.
I am surprised to hear that.
I think most people would be surprised.
What made you nervous?
I was afraid of forgetting my words.
Did that ever happen?
Yes, once it did.
Oh no.
For a few seconds, my mind became completely empty.
That sounds stressful.
It felt like a very long time, although it was probably only a few seconds.
What did you do?
I smiled, took a deep breath, and continued speaking.
That was a good decision.
Afterward, I realized something interesting.
What was it?
Most people did not even remember the mistake.
We are often much harder on ourselves than other people are.
Exactly. Many of our fears become much bigger inside our own minds.
That is another reason why positivity is so helpful.
It allows us to see situations more clearly.
Now let's review some useful vocabulary from today's conversation.
The first word is gratitude.
Gratitude means feeling thankful for the good things in your life.
For example, I feel gratitude for my family and my friends.
Another useful word is attitude.
Attitude means the way you think or feel about something.
You can say, she has a positive attitude at work.
We also use the word encourage.
Encourage means giving someone confidence, hope, or support.
For example, my teacher encouraged me to keep practicing English.
Another important word is confidence.
Confidence means believing in yourself and your abilities.
You can build confidence by practicing regularly.
We also talked about mindset.
Mindset is the way you think about situations and challenges.
A positive mindset helps you stay calm during difficult times.
Another useful word is discouraged.
Discouraged means feeling less hopeful or wanting to stop trying.
Everyone feels discouraged sometimes.
The important thing is to keep moving forward, little by little.
Finally, we used the word habit.
A habit is something you do regularly.
Reading every evening can become a healthy habit.
If you want to improve your English, try making your own sentences with these new words.
That is one of the best ways to remember vocabulary.
Before we finish today's episode, we would like you to think about one more question.
What is one positive habit you would like to build?
Maybe you want to read more books.
Maybe you want to exercise more often.
Maybe you want to complain less and smile more.
Or maybe your goal is simply to practice English for a few minutes every day.
Remember, positive changes usually begin with very small actions.
You do not have to change your whole life today.
You only need to take one small step.
Then tomorrow you can take another.
Little by little, those small steps become big progress.
If you would like to practice your English, write a comment using today's topic.
You can write, I'm your name from your country, and one positive habit I want to build is...
We always enjoy reading your comments and learning about your experiences.
They remind us that our listeners come from many different countries, but share the same goal of improving their English.
Thank you for spending this time with us today.
We hope this conversation helped you learn useful English and also gave you a little encouragement.
Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and remember that every small positive action matters.
Take care, stay positive, keep enjoying your English journey, and we'll see you in the next episode of Friend English Podcast.